I made $20 million from a business I built in my garage, while my husband's family called me just a nanny and uneducated trash. I paid their bills, funded their vacations, and even bought their lake house. But when my mother-in-law stared at me during a family barbecue and said, "Leave, you lowlife," I didn't yell. I just walked away, and took everything with me. This isn't just a revenge story. It's about knowing your worth and choosing peace over proving yourself. If you love powerful endings and satisfying karma, hit that subscribe button and keep listening. You're going to love this one. My name is Emma. I'm 34. A self-made millionaire. I started my skincare line in my garage with just $97. No degree. No investors. Just determination and long nights. When I made my first million, I cried in my car. When I reached 20 million, I finally felt like I made it. But to my husband's family, I was still the girl from nowhere. A fluke. Someone who didn't belong. His mother, Elaine, hated me from the beginning. She'd say things like, "She's just a nanny, right? Or you could have married better." I thought she'd warm up to me. She didn't. The more successful I became, the worse the comments got. "You don't really need to work," she'd say, "or at least you're pretty." Meanwhile, I was paying their credit cards, covering medical bills, and helping Ryan's sister through a divorce. I even bought them a lake house, in my name, of course. Never once did I hear a thank you. It all came to a head one Sunday afternoon. We were at the lake house. The barbecue was catered, on my dime, like everything else. Elaine walked over, wine in hand, and said, "You really don't fit in with us. You're a bit unpolished." I said nothing. She looked around at the entire family, smiled, and added, "Why don't you leave, you lowlife?" Everything went quiet. I looked at Ryan. He looked down. No one defended me. So I smiled and said, "Okay." That night, I packed 2 bags and booked a first-class ticket to my private villa in Maui. The one no one knew I owned. Before leaving, I shut down every financial tie to his family. Revoked account access. Cancelled the luxury car lease in Elaine's name. Froze payroll for Ryan's brother. Sold the lake house. I even cleared my schedule for the next 6 months. I was done. I sent Ryan one text, "Everything I gave, I can take back. Enjoy explaining that to your mother." Within 48 hours, the calls started. Ryan told me I was being dramatic. His sister begged me not to cut them off. Elaine went straight to a lawyer, demanding compensation for the gifts I had taken away. My lawyer's reply was simple: they were never gifts. They were obligations fulfilled out of kindness. That kindness is now withdrawn. Now I wake up in peace. My mornings are quiet, my mind is clear, and for the first time in years, I feel weightless. Ryan and I are divorcing. I offered him a fair settlement. He refused. The court sided with me. Elaine had to sell her condo to cover her debts. Without my money, their lifestyle collapsed. I don't gloat. I don't post cryptic quotes on social media. I just live. Quietly. Freely. And I'm finally free. Free from proving myself to people who never saw my value. Free from bending to fit into a family that never welcomed me. Free from shrinking so others could feel dull. Here in Maui, the silence is peace. Not the kind that hurts. The kind that heals. I often think of the woman I used to be. The one who smiled through disrespect and kept giving even when her soul was tired. I wish I could hug her. Tell her she wasn't weak, just too kind to the wrong people. But that's over now. Elaine was right about one thing: I never really belonged with them. Because I'm better. I didn't marry into wealth, I created it. I didn't get handed anything, I built it. And when the time came to stand up for myself, I didn't scream or slam doors. I just walked out and let them deal with the collapse. They thought I was beneath them. But it turns out, I was the one holding everything up. And now that I'm gone, they've fallen apart. If anyone listening has ever felt small, disrespected, or invisible, know this: walking away isn't giving up. It's choosing yourself. And sometimes, the quietest exits make the loudest statements. I'm not a lowlife. I'm not just a nanny. I'm Emma, the woman who walked away and never looked back. If you want more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to Reddit Murmurs. Because sometimes, the best revenge is simply reclaiming your peace, and letting them watch you live without them. They do watch, by the way. I know, because Ryan still sends emails sometimes. Some are angry. Some are desperate. He says he misses me. That he didn't realize how much I did for everyone. That if he could go back, he'd stand up for me. Maybe that's true. Maybe it isn't. But it doesn't matter anymore. He had years to defend me. He chose silence. I chose myself. Elaine? She hasn't spoken to me since the lawyer shut her down. Last I heard, she was living in a modest apartment, blaming everyone but herself. Maybe someday she'll reflect. Maybe not. That's no longer my concern. What I've learned is this: success doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it's the sound of your own footsteps walking away from everything toxic. It's the stillness that follows when you finally stop begging people to respect you. It's the breeze on your skin when you step into a new life that's yours and yours alone. And now? I dance barefoot on my balcony at sunset. I drink wine from my favorite glass, not the crystal Elaine once said was too cheap. I laugh with real friends. I give generously, but only to those who value me, not use me. I make deals on Zoom calls wearing pajamas if I want to. Because I can. Because I earned this life. Because I didn't let their words define me. Because I am Emma. And walking away wasn't the end of my story, it was the beginning of the best chapter yet.